Casey, what's your role here in the business?
Well, I kind of like to call myself the chaos coordinator of of this whole situation. Matt is pretty involved in the planting, and he kind of gets the logistics going, but we're support system for everything that happens here.
When do you harvest the plants?
So the state of Minnesota comes out and tests the plants for us. We have to wait till we get those results back, and then anytime after that, when we feel fit to harvest, we can go ahead and do that. Historically, it's worked for us over MEA weekend. That just so happens to be when our kids are out of school and can help. So we have some extra hands to do that, and it just seems to have worked well this third week in October.
How do you harvest the plants?
Well, it's all hand done. We basically take like a hedge trimmer or a lopper that you can buy at any garden store, and we clip the whole plant off way at the bottom, at the base. From there we load it onto a trailer, and then we take it to a barn and we hang them upside down in the hayloft.
What is the usable part of this plant?
So of this whole plant here, we take the top part, or these, we call them buds. The big fan leaves, we do not use. These leaves have no purpose for us to use, so what we want are the buds. There are tiny little leaves on here that we call sugar leaves. Those will stay on, but the big leaves, the fan leaves, and the stems are not usable for us.
About how many buds are on a plant?
Well, first we break it down into branches. On a plant this big, we'll probably, when we're processing, we'll probably make up to 60 cuts, 60 different branches on this plant. And bud count wise, hundreds and hundreds.
What do you do with the plant after you harvest it?
So we take it to a nearby barn, and we put them up in the hayloft and hang them to dry. We hang the whole plant together, and then once it has dried down, we'll take that plant back out of the barn, bring it to our shed, and that is when we cut the plants apart.
What's the time frame for how long do you leave them hanging?
So in a perfect world, it would take about 10 to 14 days to dry. We live in Minnesota, so our plants tend to freeze dry because it gets cold here the end of October. So usually what happens is they will dry down. When they come off the field, like now this weekend, they're probably at between 70 and 80% moisture. To process them, we like to run them at like 15% moisture, so they have a lot of drying to do. Sometimes that requires us to bring them out of the barn, warm them up, and dry them down before we can work with them.
How do you do that with so much?
Little batch, small batches at a time. We pull out what we can fit in our shed. We run some heat in there with a dehydrator and dry them down to the point where we can work with them.
When the buds get dried down, what's the next step?
So when we bring them back in and we dry them down, we cut each branch off individually. We send them through what's called a bucking machine that pulls all the buds off each stem. So we send one stem through at a time. It pulls the buds off. From there it gets sent through what's called a trimmer. That will get rid of all the unnecessary leaves for us, and it leaves us with just the buds. From there, we have to dry it down a little bit more so they are stable for storage before the extractor can extract the oil from them. So when they are dry and stable and separated into each individual bud, we put them in big super sacks, a 3x3x3 storage sack, and then we take them up to our extractor up near Fergus Falls. So he'll start with the buds. He has a very sophisticated machine, a CO2 extractor it's called, and he will get oil essentially out of these buds, We get that in what we call raw form. From there, it's taken to different manufacturers to be put into our products. So we have those professionally done.
What are the products that are made from your plants?
So we have quite a line of different products. We have a couple topical products that we use that are for your skin. We have a roll-on and a body balm that are amazing, and then we have some ingestible products we have a oil tincture that you drop underneath your tongue. We have gummies, and then we actually have chocolate squares made out of our oil, and then we have a pet product line. So we have pet tinctures and pet chews for dogs and cats.
Why are these such good products to use?
So CBD, the component that we're looking for, the CBD is a natural anti-inflammatory. So it's really good at anything like arthritis, pain. It's great for anxiety, for sleep issues. There's a number of things that CBD works really great for.
Where are your products sold?
So we sell most of our products through our website, and then we ship to our customers. We do have our product line at the local chiropractic office in Parkers Prairie. And then if you know us, you can give us a call and we'll figure it out.
How have you developed the market for your products?
I think people are generally looking for natural ways to feel better. We are proud that we are a family-owned business. Our kids are extremely involved in this whole process. People are looking for great local products. I think we've fit that category pretty well.